The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone, is an upcoming version of The Godfather Part 3 due for release this month, in which Francis Ford Coppola, the director of the original trilogy, will present a new cut of the film, which has been described as having a new beginning, a new ending, and scenes and musical cues re-edited to create a new experience. Coppola has said that the film is closer to his and the Godfather book and scriptwriter Mario Puzo's original vision for the project. Even the name, for example, The Death of Michael Corleone, is what they wanted to call the original third film, as they saw it as more of an epilogue rather than a continuation and conclusion of the original two movies. The third film has a far worse reputation than the first two movies, both of which are deemed American classics and amongst the best films ever made. Much has been made about how the third film didn't live up to the hype, about how Al Pacino seemed to be playing a different character to his Michael Corleone from the first two movies. Much has been made about the confusing plot, about the poor performance by Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, Sophia, who played Michael Corleone's daughter in the film. Her performance is considered by most to be the worst in the movie, and it's interesting that Coppola has said that the new version of the film will justify her casting. There's been a lot of talk about the death of Michael Corleone. Some have already written it off as a cash grab. Others feel that Coppola is following in the footsteps of the likes of George Lucas and Ridley Scott, of tinkering too much with the films that made them famous, and thus ruining them. It's worth mentioning that Coppola has released new cuts of several of his films, like Apocalypse Now and The Cotton Club, to varying degrees of success. However, many people are excited about the new version of the film and are anticipating just how different the movie is going to be to the original version. One person who has already seen the film and was in all three Godfather movies is Diane Keaton, who of course played Kay, the wife of Michael Corleone and the mother of Sofia Coppola's character. She had some interesting things to say about the new movie. Speaking to Variety, she said, "It was one of the best moments of my life to watch it. To me, it was a dream come true. I saw the movie in a completely different light. When I saw it way back, I was like, oh, I don't know. It didn't seem to do that well and the reviews weren't great. But Francis restructured the beginning and the end, and man, I'm telling you, it worked." Talking about the original cut, she said, "I don't know why people didn't appreciate it, but I was one of them. What was wrong with me? Why didn't I like this before? But I didn't. I just kind of dismissed it and thought, oh well." She also agreed with Coppola that the new version gives Sophia more of a chance to shine when she addressed the criticisms of Sophia's performance. "That's not going to happen anymore," she said. "She's what a daughter would be like if you had this guy as your dad, the head of a criminal organization. She was not so sure of herself and is kind of quiet, kind of haunted. I thought she was fantastic." Watching the film also reminded her of how fun the production was, as she said, "It took me back. At that time, I was kind of with Al. I really liked Andy Garcia. We were shooting in Italy. It was a special time." Keaton was even able to put aside her dislike for watching herself on screen, saying, "It's never fun to see me. I live with me. I don't want to see me on screen. Enough's enough. A little of me goes a long way." And despite that, she feels the Godfather movies are very special. "These are really powerful films," she said. "They're filled with this criminal world. There's an intensity and family issues. I think it's pretty easy to understand why they're loved." And finally, on the new version, she concluded, "I just hope people can see it in a theatre with great music and great sound, so it can sweep you away. I like big movies. I like them in my face. You're engrossed in them that way. It takes you out of your mundane, idiot life. I speak for myself, of course." I mean, I can't deny that her high praise of the new film does excite me. But at the same time, you do have to keep your expectations measured and, who knows, maybe she's just doing Francis a favour and giving the death of Michael Corleone a bit of good publicity. I'm really interested in seeing just how different the new film is, as I feel the original Part 3, released in 1990, is a bit of a missed opportunity. Overall a very good film, but just with a few clunkers, mostly the fault of the studio Paramount Pictures, due to them pushing for a Christmas release, for example, meaning Coppola only had about 6 weeks to write a script and the entire production was rushed. They also refused to pay Robert Duvall's wage demands, amongst numerous other things which clearly damaged the final product. Here's hoping the new one is a great film. Thanks for watching.